Hey y'all, just got home from work as usual, and today I'm going to be transplanting some canna lilies. They have been in their temporary position for several months now, and I don't like them with the elephant ears. It's a little too jungly over here for me, so I'm going to show you the location I'm going to be moving them to. And then I'm going to go get changed into something more work appropriate in 98-degree weather, and we'll get started. So in case you didn't know, this is a canna lily, very tall. This is the bloom at the top, which hasn't opened yet. It'll be a big red bloom. These are the elephant ears. There's another canna lily that's been ravished by the caterpillars. There's one back there by the bird bath. There's one there, and then a group of them right here that I had put here temporarily. If you watched the fence video, then you watched us put in this cattle panel fence the other day. And I'm going to line the canna lilies up right here along the fence. These do really well in wet areas, especially around lakes or ponds. This isn't a lake or pond, but my washing machine does drain out in this area, so it stays relatively wet. Let me show you that. So this, inside these Model A tires, let me move so my shadow's not in the way. So you can see some water in the bottom. My washing machine drains out here. And then even though I have those tires there to keep people from stepping in it, it drains out all through there out to that area. When this house was built in 1968, that's the way they did it. You didn't want it to go into your septic tank, and really it's better if it does just drain out here, and it doesn't hurt these plants at all. They thrive. So anyway, let me go get changed and we'll get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is dig a couple of holes. I came out and started to try to dig and record, and the ground is rock hard, so I'm going to run the sprinkler for a little while and try this again later or tomorrow. So I'm back out here at it again. As you can see, I look like I just got out of bed. I didn't, but I haven't taken my shower today. I'm not going to take my shower and get all dressed pretty so that I can come out here in 100-degree weather and get all nasty. So I have a bottle of water and a shovel, and I'm going to get to this. Now I'm going to dig up the entire clump. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stalks coming out of the ground. I'm just going to dig around the entire clump. can see the roots here. I'm just going to pull this whole clump off and set it over to the side. Now if I wanted to, I could separate all of this and make it into 5 different plants, but I'm just going to cut it in half for now. It's kind of hard to do this and hold the camera at the same time, but basically I'm just going to take my shovel and go right down here through the middle. You see that? And then break it apart. Oops, I cut into one. Oh well. Next time I will not do that with the shovel. I've done it before and didn't make this kind of mistake, but it'll come back. It's fine. As you can see, there's another little one here. So anyway, now I have 2 separate plants. What I'm gonna do is take them and sit them in the bucket of water just for now. Until I have the hole ready for them to be planted into. Did I mention how hot it is out here? Whew. Okay, so I've dug 2 holes, about the same depth of what they were in the other location. Now I'm gonna add some all-purpose garden soil, and then we're gonna put them in the ground. I'm really not worried that it's a little bit below the ground level. These things are almost impossible to kill. So I'm going to add a little bit more garden soil. Even the soil coming out of this bag is hot because it's been sitting out in the sun. Probably not good for the plants, but like I said, these things are almost impossible to kill. I'm just going to put back the soil that I had dug up. I'm not concerned about the grass. I'll get mulch around these later. The grass is not going to kill them. So for now, we're just going to put it back around there because the soil is going to compact, sink down. So we need all the help we can get. There's one back in the ground. Not worried about this sticking up too far. A couple of rains and that's going to be back down to ground level. I do try to get them a little straight. Put some more potting soil. I keep saying potting soil. All-purpose garden soil around it. Gonna push it down with my foot. No, I'm not concerned that I stepped on a leaf. This is the one that I planted the other day. The ground is wet because I watered it since it was so hard. Now I'm going to give it a good watering. In a few days, I'm going to come back and put some cardboard and then some mulch. And as they fill out, they will look a whole lot prettier. So that is how you transplant canna lilies. It's not rocket science. They come back really quick and really easy. And they get a really pretty bloom on them, which this one was blooming at the time I transplanted it, as you can see. And what they end up looking like is this. This one has some pretty blooms on it. It's not doing all that well in the shade over here, which is why I'm transplanting them, but they are still blooming. You can see how pretty it is. Oh, it's really hot. So I sat down in the shade for a few minutes to add it. I didn't add any chemicals. These aren't hard to grow. You can transplant them wherever you want to when they start to get, 5 or 6 to a clump. They grow really well in my zone, which is 9A. It's the Harris County, which is the county that Houston's in Texas. I don't like to plant things that are going to need a lot of water. So these, because of our rain, which, we flood here in Houston. I'm not in Houston, I'm in Huffman. But anyway, it does, we have flooding here. So that tells you we get a lot of rain from hurricanes, whatever. Storms come in off the Gulf. Anyway, I want to plant things that are just going to do well in our environment here. Doesn't make sense to plant things that I'm going to have to water every day. It's a waste of water. And like I said before, these get water from the rain. They also get it from my washing machine that empties out here. And I'm going to dig a little trench that makes it so that it goes even further out to where those just got planted. So the water, that'll be the end of where the water ends up from my washing machine. If you have any questions about transplanting or growing canna lilies, let me know in the comments and I will respond. I'm going to leave you with showing you what they look like from my little shaded area. I'm going to go in and take a shower and try to look like less of a hag.